Hi everyone, welcome back to the Red Path. This is episode 28 of WAAC Weekly. My name's Jack, and this is the show where we look at Team Red Path news as well as world leaders out in the world. This week, only 120 games played, a 53% win rate, and just 2 event wins, which is to be expected with smaller games. Let's get into the video. So, a very small week this week. I'm assuming there's a slump with 10th around the corner. Time of recording, it's been announced pre-order next week. I will no doubt be proven wrong, and there'll be loads of games in the next couple of weeks, but sure. So 120 games from 27 players. That includes 2 event wins and some very strong performances at the US Open at Kansas City. In terms of the rankings, Matthew Tweedle retains the top spot up to 774.15 ITC points. Pete Duff's up into second on 718 ITC points, so a pretty big gap there. Scheunenkloppen is back into third place with 710. Michael Hooper remains in fourth on 706. And Antonius Tolman is into fifth with a strong performance last week, and he's on 692. In terms of TRP, Dara is in 23rd with his strong fest performance. He's on 519 still. I'm in 25th on 513. Jamie's in 40th on 464. I don't think any of us have any events until 10th now, so that's not going to change for any of us. So, world leaders out in the world. There was no Team Red Path news this week. No one played, as far as I can tell, which is a small week, understandable. There were 6 really strong performances this week, finishing in the top 15% of their events. We will just be taking a look at the top 2 lists, so the ones that finished in the top 5% of their events. Up first, we've got Werner at the Bedburger Scheunenkloppen. This list went 3-0. He won a 34-player RTT in Germany. Also fun to note is that a World Leaders player finished in second at that event too, which is pretty cool. So, Invocatus with his Warlord trait, 20 Jackals, 20 Berserkers, 12 8-bound, 15 8-bound, 3 Exalted 8-bound, 2 Spawn, a Dreadclaw, and 2 Executioners. Yeah, I mean, it's decent standard Invocatus with Knights list. It's heavy pressure as well. You've got a lot of Berserkers potentially coming out of the Dreadclaw, or a lot of 8-bound if you really want, but you've got the 2 squads of 8-bound pushing up as well. You've got the War Dog to provide some balanced shooting. Pretty fun list. Very heavy on the alpha. Be interesting. I mean, yeah, you still have play going second, but I think this list excels going first. Yeah. Up next, we have Simone Caroselli, an event in Italy. Won a 34-player GT called the Road to Atlanta GT Italy Qualifier. I'm assuming that was a reference to it might be a golden ticket event. But yeah, so this list came first, 5-0 at a GT. It is laid out horribly. So it's Invocatus with his Warlord trait. It's a Glaive Lord. There are 25 Berserkers. It's basically the vanilla list, but there's a squad of 10 Berserkers. And yeah, so this list is basically the vanilla list, except that 2 of the squads of Berserkers have been put into one big blob of 10. And then everything else is pretty much exactly the same. Big blob of 10, maybe a Strat Reserve squad with an icon just to come on. This list really is laid out horribly. Yeah, I mean, the big squad has the icon in it. That would be this stuff here. Has the icon in it and 2 Eviscerators, so I'd imagine they're a late game hammer unit. Maybe in the Rhino, maybe out of Strat Reserve. But yeah. I mean, it's a minor tweak, but it is still a tweak, so we can talk about it. And then we've got the units matrix, so just a record of what units as well as how much of each was in the top list this week. As I said, there were only 6 lists this week, so it can be pretty skewed. So this week, as you can see, Invocatus was in every single list. His Warlord trait was in most lists. This is very subject to skew because it's quite small numbers, so like, yeah, one list can have quite a big impact on the overall numbers. Interesting. Well, not interesting. Executioners continue to be popular. with Night Allies. It was only Executioners taken this week. We did see a Greater Brass Scorpion take to the field again. And we did see a couple of Dreadclaws. We did also see some Terminators, which was cool. Yeah, look, I think this is the twilight of the Ninth Dead World Eaters book, which feels weird to say so soon after the book came out, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll get a bit more list diversity, and well, just generally a bit bigger of a unit pool, which would lead to more list diversity in 10th, but signs are pointing the other way. I think anyone who's in the Discord knows that we all have our feelings on the Forge World announcement, but that is not the subject of this video, and I don't think I should go into it. Yeah, so hopefully some more list diversity in 10th. And then finally the great game. So, World Eaters continuing to rise, 648 players as of this week. Death Guard are on 522. We're really starting to pull away from them. Thousand Suns on 325. Emperor's Children on 144. Interesting to see that divergence. Towards the end of last season, Death Guard and Thousand Suns were quite close to each other. And then we were a bit more popular than Emperor's Children, and then Emperor's Children were still the least popular. But there was a massive gap between, I think it was Thousand Suns and us. And it's interesting to see that that's spreading out a bit. A lot of Chaos players seem to have picked up World Eaters, despite the short shelf life of the Codex, which was expected when it came out because we knew 10th was coming this summer. Yeah. How are you guys preparing for 10th? Let me know in the comments, please. I need some motivation to hobby because I am struggling, as you can see from my pile of shit behind me. Yeah, come commiserate with us about losing Forge World in the Discord. There's a link down below. Check out the episodes, the new episodes of season 2 of All Around the World Eaters out on Spotify on Fridays now. If you like this content, I know this was a bit of a shorter one. I will actually not be making one next week because I'm away for the week with work and will not have the chance to make this. I expect it to be a quiet week anyway. We'll see. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Do it. Good for us. Or comment and tell us how much we can improve, what you don't like, that kind of thing. Most importantly, though, stay healthy, stay safe, and kill Mainber.